Hey guys, and welcome to another episode tutorial with me, Joseph Evans, author of the Secret Sequence books and the Phoenix Prophecy, the Ember Effect, Soulbound, The Secret of Rain, The Last Goodbye, and Glitch Girl. If you find my tutorials helpful and you'd like to help me continue making them, please take a quick moment to check out my Patreon page and see the different ways that you can support me. If you do decide to support me, you can get a range of rewards as a thank you from me, including early access to these tutorials, voting on what tutorials I make, episode goodie bags, shoutouts for you and your stories, and even personal help from me. You can also get certain rewards by becoming a member of my channel. All you need to do is click the join button underneath this video or click the first link in the description of this video. Okay, so today is going to be a bit different to my usual tutorials in that I'm not going to be teaching you any coding. I'm going to be giving you advice on how you can increase the amount of reads your stories are getting. Now, some people say you shouldn't worry about the amount of reads. You should just write because you enjoy it. But let's face it, writing and directing an episode story takes a lot of hard work and time. And after putting your heart and soul into something, it would be a huge shame if nobody read it. So how do you get more reads? Well, I'm not going to insult you guys by telling you that the best way to get reads is to write a good story. Of course, writing a good story is naturally going to get you more reads, but classifying something as a good story is completely subjective. The kind of things that make a good story in one reader's eyes may be the exact same things that another reader hates, and vice versa. I'm also not going to tell you that your story has to have good spelling and grammar. Again, this should be a given. Most likely you're watching this because you already have a story that you've released. And no matter what kind of story it is, I'm going to help you get more reads for it with some real solid practical advice. So without further ado, number 1, be active on Instagram. This is absolutely the first thing you should do. You can either use your personal Instagram account for this, which is what I do, or you can create a new one that is solely dedicated to posting episode related stuff, which seems to be the more popular option. Whichever account you decide to use, start following other writers in the episode community and start making friends. This way you will naturally build interest in your stories because your new friends will want to read them, and they may even start recommending them to their friends and so forth. When you start posting stuff to Instagram, screenshots and sneak peeks of upcoming chapters are always good places to start. And when you do post these, make sure to put plenty of episode related hashtags in the caption. These hashtags will make your posts visible to thousands upon thousands of readers who are looking for something new to read. If you want some example hashtags that are ready to go, you can find some in the description of this video. Also, make sure that your story link is either in your bio or is one of the links in your link tree. It's much more likely that someone will read your story if all they have to do is click a link, rather than having to manually search for it using the app's search function. And how about doing mutual shoutouts on Instagram? If you find an author with a similar amount of followers as you, there's no harm in asking them if they'd be interested in posting about you and your stories in exchange for the same thing for them. These shoutouts can be helpful for both authors and can expose you to lots of new potential readers. Number 2, be active on Episode's internal social media. Episode actually has its own Instagram-esque social media built into the app itself. And this can be really useful in driving readers to your story. It's limited in terms of the things you can post. You can't post screenshots or actual pictures. It's mostly just messages in speech bubbles. But the one big advantage of this is that the people using this are already in the app, so they'll be much more inclined to start reading your story straight away. Number 3, participate on the forums. Though the forums don't have as many members as the episode community on Instagram, it could still be a way to get more readers. If you want to go straight in with the self-promotion, then there's actually a specific thread where you can do this, so why not tell everyone how great your story is? However, in the long run, this probably isn't the best way to get reads here. I'd say that the best way is to genuinely participate in discussions with your story links in your footer. People tend to be more inclined to check out a story when the author isn't trying to push it on them, and if you're participating in lots of discussions, just think of how many times your story link is going to be seen by potential readers. The forums are also a great place to meet other writers who are willing to do read-for-read exchanges. All you have to do is read their story in exchange for them reading yours. It's a great way to start the ball rolling, and who knows, maybe one or more of them will genuinely fall in love with your story and become a fan for life. Number 4, enter contests. The official episode team offer story contests every month. They do require you to write something around a specific theme, But if you win one of these, you get featured on a special shelf on the app, and this will give you and your winning story a huge amount of exposure. Full details of each contest are posted every month in the contest section of the forums, so make sure to check that regularly for new posts. There are also awards given out on Instagram by the community. The most popular of these is the Epi Awards. Definitely give them a follow and check out their website, theepieawards.com, where you can submit your story. Their Instagram currently has over 15,000 followers, so if you win one of their awards, you'll get a huge amount of exposure. Number 5, contact reviewers. There are episode readers on Instagram who do story reviews. Why not contact as many of these as you can and ask them if they would review your story? If these reviewers write a good review of your story, you can bet that it will drive a lot of traffic to your link. And if they write a glowing review and start raving about your story, then it won't be long before word spreads and your story starts shooting up those episode charts. Number 6, contribute to episodelife.com. My wife Charlotte runs the website episodelife.com, which provides episode writers with all the resources they need, and the majority of this content is created by writers. Whenever Charlotte posts anyone's content to the site, she will also post links to their social media and their story links. If you make backgrounds, overlays, script templates, guides, or anything else, you can send them to Charlotte along with your links, and she'll happily post them, giving you promotion in return. The website currently gets over 100,000 visitors per month, so that is a lot of eyes that could potentially be on your story. And finally, the 7th way is by paying for promotion. If you have any kind of budget, then there's absolutely no shame in paying to promote your stories. Writers of traditional books do this all the time, so why shouldn't episode writers? One way to do this is by paying to boost your posts on Instagram and/or Facebook, the same way any business does. Another way is by reaching out to other authors on Instagram who have a larger following than yourself and very politely asking them if they'd be interested in a paid promotion. And finally, I offer promotion of stories as part of my Patreon rewards, so you can always check out my Patreon page and see what I have to offer. Okay guys, let me know which one of these methods you're going to use first, and if you've used any other methods for getting more reads in the past, let me and everyone else know in the comments below. If this video has helped you in any way, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the helpful tutorials that I've got coming up. And if you'd like to support me and get some exciting rewards like early access to these tutorials, personal help from me, and the aforementioned paid promotion, head over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/author Joseph Evans. Thank you so much for watching guys, good luck getting those reads that your stories deserve, and I will see you all in my next video.